Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome to the BW Healthcare World Summit and Awards. My first question to you is the number of cases in cancer, holistically, like all kinds of cancer, are increasing in India a lot. What could be the chief or main reason for this?
First of all, I'm Dr. Indu Bansal, Group Director for Radiation Oncology Paris Health. So thank you so much for having me here, and I think that's a very, very important question. To my mind, I would say that 70% of cancers, they are preventable, and that is mainly because there are certain things which are definitely a very high risk factor for cancer, like tobacco consumption in any form, whether it is bidi, hookah, pan, tambaku, naswar, khani, whatever you might say. And tobacco alone is responsible for around 35% of cancer related deaths. I call it a suicide stick or suicide bomb or suicide in any form, suicide material in any form. So tobacco is the number one cause, and then I can say that alcohol alone is responsible for 3% of cancers. And if someone is taking both tobacco and alcohol, then tobacco alone causes cancer of 16 sites in the body. Alcohol consumption causes cancer of 5 sites in the body, and if both are consumed together, then the risk goes up to around 35 to 40%. Third, I would say, is a infections like viral infections. So for that matter, if I say like human papilloma virus, this is a virus which gets transmitted through a sexual contact, and that was the main cause for cervical cancer, for vulval cancers, for vaginal cancers, and in fact now a lot of oral cancers are happening because of HPV. But thankfully, because of pap smear and cervical cancer vaccine, the cervical cancer is now going down. Apart from that, like bad diet, if not having a very good diet, a high fatty diet, red meat consumption in a huge amount, processed meat, pickled food, which is available every day in our houses, these are responsible for a lot number of GI cancers. And we talked about viruses, so like hepatitis B virus, HPV infection, hepatitis C infection, they all lead to liver cancers, which are now very much prevalent. So to sum up, I would say that tobacco, alcohol, infections, these are the two most important causes which can be easily prevented. And if we take a good diet, do a lot of exercise, these are also preventive for cancers.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, my second and last question. How is technology and AI, artificial intelligence, from your point of view, how is it going to affect radiation oncology or oncology as a whole?
So I think that's a very, very interesting and a very important question, because if we talk about radiation oncology, it's mainly a technology-driven branch. Okay, so with advancements in imaging, with the advancements in on-board imaging, like at the time of treatment, you are able to see the images and take the patient, or rather, you move your radiation beams to the site of tumor. So because of advancements in technology and different techniques like three-dimensional conformal radiation, intensity modulated radiation, then image guided radiation therapy, stereotactic body radiotherapy, these all have not just improved the results of what we do, but I think the more important thing that has happened is that they have helped in improving the quality of life of patients. So now more and more patients are living longer, and they are living with a smile on their face. This is what we want. Now, coming to augmented reality or virtual reality or augmented reality or artificial intelligence. So I think radiation is all about integration of big data. So because of advancements in AI, what we are able to do is that the manual time that we, myself as a radiation oncologist, was spending on the computer, delineating all the organs at risk and the normal tissues on the computer, that has come down, because now the things can be done on the click of a button. Now you have performed libraries for treating a patient. So from AI, you can have some data from those libraries, and then the amount of work that a medical physicist has to do to generate a plan, that becomes smaller. Then augmented reality has also helped in creating virtual images, like three-dimensional imaging of the anatomy of the tumors. So that's why it's becoming much easier and more precise for us to do the organ marking and contouring. So, and we can, there can be predictive analysis tools which are there which can predict which cancer will be more happening later or what are the main causes. We just talked about that. So maybe if we know what is the main cause of cancer, then we can bring those chances down. And I think AI is also coming into picture now. Now there is something which is coming up, which is universal cancer screening or multi-tumor detection, multi-cancer detection. So what it means is now you have to do multiple tests to diagnose a cancer. So maybe with the click of a button, if these technologies are in the pipeline, if they come in, then just by doing a simple blood test, you might be able to see diagnose 20 to 50 cancers, and not just diagnose. It might help us in delineating the myriad of stages of the cancer, and could also help in predicting the outcomes. So I think artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual reality, augmented reality, and more on top of that, augmented reality is one more tool to educate medical students, like through virtual learning. So you can create virtual platforms to show a surgery which might be happening at a remote place. So all these are a very, very important technologies, and I think the future for cancer treatments, I can say, is very, very bright, with more a lot of work being happening in cancer prevention, in cancer detection, early diagnosis, treatment, and improving the quality of life of the patients. So I'm very happy that I'm working in this branch, and because I have something every day to learn, relearn, learn from my colleagues, from my peers, and impart that knowledge to my colleagues, to my students, as well as translate that information into delivering a good quality healthcare to the patients for improving their quality of life.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Pleasure talking to you, and please enjoy the day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.